Okay, we are live on gun channels, Hangouts. Just waiting for YouTube to catch up. Has it caught up? Yes, it has. There we go. All right, welcome live from the crossroads of America to Rick's Life as I See It, a talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Also answer questions from the viewer or listener, whatever you wish to call yourself. On gun channels or YouTube, just put it in the chat box and we'll see if we can answer your question, or email me at rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Also, if you ever want to listen to what was said, or you're not going to make it, it's always within 24 hours. It's on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher for your audio listening pleasure. Also, I have a Patreon page. It's Patreon Rick_Mitchell is my Patreon page. Why I done that, I don't know. Why I didn't do it as Rick's Life as I See It, I ain't figured that one out yet. But there you go. That's how it works. So I ain't gonna change it now. So anyway, I want to say who we got in. Let's see who we got in the chat so far. We got David Bolin, and he's also on the panel here. We got John Brown Production, Rich White, Vandalistica Vlogs. Is that how you pronounce it? You know, on gun channels, we got David Bolin again. He's doing triple duty, and we got Patrick and Rich White is doing double duty. So, and also on the panel so far today, we're doing inductions here. We got David the Kingpin Bolin. How you doing, Dave?
Doing fine. Thanks for having me, Rick. Always a pleasure.
Okay, then we got the one and only Night Strike.
Cover your ears. Shut up, you infringed!
Then of course, the myth, the legend, the man, Patriot in the Dark.
Hey, how you doing, Rick? Thanks for
All
the
right.
invite. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
If you didn't see, I'm waving.
Yes.
Me waving.
Then,
very funny.
And I don't know if he can be able to talk to us because we got Squib and he's on a deer hunt.
Is this loud enough that you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm in a tree stand in southern Michigan.
Stop swinging your legs. You scare them off.
No, Night Strike, I already scared them all away.
Okay, then we...
Are you sure it's my shall not be infringed that scared them away, or are you having to use your handgun 4 or 5 times?
I'm afraid I... Wait, it's the whole...
Silence the phone. There we go. Okay. We got the introductions done. Ozzy's joined us. I don't know who else is coming in. I will announce the prize winner from last week if we get a few more people in. And I got a good question for this week. This week's a tough one. Okay. So
I thought that last one was tough. I searched for like a half an hour and couldn't figure out the answer for that one.
Yeah. So no, the next one is tough. It took me. But I found it. It was confusing at first, but I figured it out, and I blame it all on Patriot. I think he's the one that sent me the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gave me the question, but he didn't give me the answer, so I have to go find it. Anyway, okay. As you've seen, today's title is, your plans for 2019. In life and gun related, I think that's the problem when I come after Caliber Corner, because I think he touched on the same topic earlier too. Oh, Stealth Hunter, how you doing, buddy? He touched on the same topic earlier today, but I already thought about it before he done it, because I was given the topic. Was it yesterday? Somebody gave me the topic. for today, so I claim I'm first. So anyway, we're going to start here, and let's start with David. You got any plans for next year?
Yeah, probably the biggest change I'm gonna make is I'm gonna get into reloading, hopefully throughout the year. So by the end of 2019, I can actually be firing some of my reloaded rounds, and then just basically learn more about firearms themselves and firearm history.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I do the reloading, but I'm planning on getting into reload 9mm because I only do ACP 45 ACP right now. That's my main caliber I shoot. But you know, also I want to get into more gun history and learn more about guns. Because sometimes I sit in these conversations, and I don't have a clue what they're talking about, especially when it comes to AR-15s and stuff. When they start talking about it, I don't have a clue.
Well, Rick, you got a lot of people here. If you don't understand something, you know the best way to get the answer? It's by asking.
Oh yeah. But sometimes
Hey,
yeah,
if you don't ask, you won't learn.
I know. But I must admit, the one thing that bores the hell out of me, but I need to learn it once I get either I get a rifle or whatever.
It's sights and scopes.
It's scopes, sights and scopes. Scopes conversations bore me to tears. But
but even I learned how to properly sight in a scope and iron sights. Yeah, it's not the most glamorous job to do when you're working on your firearms, but if you can't shoot the broadside of the barn, how is a iron sight or a red dot going to help on your rifle?
True.
Doing sights and scopes, that's pretty easy, but I think they're just a fad anyways. I don't think they're going to catch on.
Well, that's only because you're Mr. Point Blank.
Yeah. All right, nice, right. Well, what's your plans for next year?
Plans?
Yeah.
Don't you guys know I do this by ear?
Yeah, but okay. What do I know you do it by ear? But is there anything that you think that you would like to try if you can, or do? I got tons of plans. Whether I get to them all or not is another story.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try and make Wanamaker again in April.
I am too.
I'm going to have to do another GoFundMe.
Go for it.
In order to get it, but I do want to go again to Wanamaker because that was fun. Granted, I'd like to be able to get something and bring it back this next year. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to go, but I've said I was going and all this. I got to find somebody to take care of the cats, and one of them has to have insulin shots twice a day. You know what I'm saying? So
that was a kennel.
That's it. If I go to the kennel, then I'm really going to have to. I might be doing a GoFundMe myself.
Well, Rick, there's another easy way, but you won't like it.
What? Oh, get rid of the cats?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing that.
Or at least just get rid of the one that needs insulin shots.
He's the oldest one. You can't do it. He's the oldest and the biggest. You can't do that.
Well,
Yeah, I know. But
I have one cat and I have family that can take care of him. So.
Oh yeah, I got family here now, but it's not like they're. I got a cousin who lives literally next door, but she cannot stand cats. If she comes over, which is not that often, my cats know she doesn't like them, and they rub up against her legs on purpose, and it freaks her out. But so I know she wouldn't do it, and the next closest one is maybe 15 miles away. Whether she's willing to drive over here twice a day to give the cat a shot, that's the problem. So I'm going to look into see if there's any kennels anywhere around here. See how much that cost me. But Otherwise, I plan on going. I mean, I know it's a dreaded word around here, but I plan on going to the NRA only because it's in Indianapolis. It was an hour and a half or so from me. I got to go to NRA at least to say I've been once in my life. So there we go. Okay, next is Patriot. What do you got going on for next year? You want to try to get done or do or whatever?
Oh, there's obviously a lot of personal stuff, pistols and stuff I want to buy, but I'd probably start out with some training I'm looking into. Also, I want to push more for getting more visually impaired people out. I mean, I know a lot of them that are shooters, but as far as, I'd rather have them out so that people, see them more. Maybe get a group together or some kind of thing where it's a little more than what I have right now. Just because, I mean, there's a lot of us out here and you guys don't know about them. I know you do now, but so definitely stuff like that. I want to get out a little bit more and push a little bit more than I did this past year. Maybe get Squib to write some emails, all that easy stuff.
Yeah.
But I do want to, open up my collection a little bit more. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing I want to do too. I want to buy. I want to get. My main thing is to get a smaller, the easy 380 for maybe concealed carry, and I want to get a lever action. I've always kind of think of myself as I was born in the wrong century. I think I should have been a cowboy. So
yeah, but I definitely want some training. I want to pick up some, not just your average, oh, let's go shoot kind of thing. There's some I'm looking at that are a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, I like
because I like causing trouble. Because most instructors look at me and they kind of freak out because they don't know, what they would do with me, and so they.
I've
cause trouble.
I've done a little bit of training, not a lot. It wasn't. It was only with a state. It wasn't a nationally known trainer. It was somebody who trained in Rhode Island. Done training in Rhode. I done that, and the one thing I did like, it wasn't any shooting. It was an indoor. It was an all day indoor course, and it was actually. What the hell is that famous instructor? Oh, got a funny name. Oh God, name off some instructors for me, guys. Big famous, does a lot of court cases and stuff like that.
Masada,
That's it. A guy. It wasn't him, but somebody who was certified to train his program. To the letter, to exactly as he does it. He's personally trained people to go out and train his stuff, and I've done one of those, which was very, very informative. I tell you. That guy knows his stuff, but so anyway, we got Squib back. I don't know if you can talk, but we were saying what you got any plans for 2019?
Well, I probably need to get a scope. I need to get some more AR parts so I can complete some incomplete projects, and I'll probably invest in my reloading.
All right. Okay. Oh, we got Ohio 45 ACP is in the gun channels there. Also, if anybody wants to join the chat, I did put the link in the gun channels chat. For I don't really want to put it on YouTube because you never know, you might get a troll. join in the chat, and I don't really want to mess around with that. So the link is on Gun Channels. So just go to my page on Gun Channels, and the link to get into the room is there. So anybody wants to join, come on over. I got let's see how many people we got here. I'm counting me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5 more slots. So there we go. Also, I want to. Ohio says take a precision long range shooting class in Tennessee or Pennsylvania. Yeah, that ought to be pretty cool. I got to get me a rifle to do that for myself, but I understand you're going to take one. But I would like. I mean, I've always thought about that too. I mean, shooting something at 1,000 yards sounds kind of fascinating, really. That's something I would like to do. Yeah, you can't. Guitar man, Pete. Yeah, you can boot a troll, but I just don't want to go with the aggravation of doing it or getting him in here and causing grief before I can hit the boot button. So that's it. I mean, and most. Well, nothing. Stealth Hunter says, what's stopping a troll going over to Gun Channels to come in and troll you? Nothing really. But normally, I don't know, Gun Channels, I haven't seen many trolls over there, to be quite honest. I've never seen one on Gun Channels. But there might have been. So
it takes more effort to actually go over there and making a.
That's what it is. It takes more effort, and I don't think they want to. So that's why I do it that way.
I mean, we still have to put up with Night Strike, but it's
yeah.
That kind of goes without saying, though. So.
Yeah. So what you call it? I got, besides on the shooting thing, personally, I want to, as I said, I'm losing weight. I'm down. I mean, since this time last year, I've lost 50 pounds. So I want to lose more. I at least want to lose another 50. I mean, and I'm still going to be a big guy, but at least I'll be back down to where I was before I hurt myself. So if I can get there, that's my goal, is to get there for now. And once I get there, then I'll work on losing even more. So I mean, that's a personal goal I have. Plus, it's going to be better for my hip, my new hip. I mean,
it'll definitely be healthy for you.
I mean, healthy. I mean, as the doctor said, normally a replacement hip can last anywhere from 20 to 25 years. But he said in your case, at your weight, it might only last 15. So he says the more weight you lose, the more years you're going to put on that new hip. And I don't really want to be having a new hip when I'm, I don't. I mean, hopefully it'll last until I'm gone. I'm hoping, but that means that. But I need a right hip too, eventually. So if I lose weight, that will prolong that operation. To be quite honest with you, and ease my back. I said I said if I known I was going to live this long, I'm going to take better care of myself. So because I was a hard. I mean, as everybody knows, I was a hard drinker. I done some goddamn stupid stuff. So there we go. And I don't do that anymore. I don't know. I think it's because I'm so beat up, I can't do it. Because sometimes I still think I want to go out there and raise hell. Yeah, should try swimming. Low impact. Yes, that is a good idea, actually. And I can swim, too. I know how to swim. I haven't been swimming in a few years, but I know how to swim. So, but, I mean, I prefer swimming pools to, because where I was going with this, when I lived in Rhode Island, I lived on the shore. I was 1.5 miles from the ocean. And I think I went in it once the whole time I lived there. I don't like swimming in ocean water, seawater. It just, first off, I can't see what's on the bottom. I hate having seaweed and stuff grab your legs and all this stuff, and it just, plus then besides that, once you get out of the water, I mean, I don't know, is it just me? But I feel like I can feel the salt on me, you know, and ugh.
Yeah, you gotta shower it off.
Yeah. So
less sharks in a pool.
Absolutely, you might get an alligator, but you know, you won't get a shark. Oh, Guitar Man said he lived in Pawtucket as a teen. Oh yeah, up there with the old. That's where the old AAA baseball team is for the Red Sox. You know, so that was fascinating. I've never been there, but I actually been to Fenway and watched a couple of games up there. Because that's what I think that in Chicago, the last two for like original stadiums left that are over 100 years old. You know, it's got a lot of nostalgia going to that stadium and stuff. You know, so. Oh, Rich Wright says James Bond is always running into sharks in swimming pools. Yeah, I can't remember what movie that was now. You know, but yeah, I remember that.
Was it Octopussy?
No.
I think it was Austin Powers.
Now, what movie was it now? It was, shit, I forgot. Can you remember, Rich? Oh, David said, you think Camden Yards. I've never been there, but what I've seen of it, and I've had friends that have gone there. They said it's a great stadium. You know? I tell you
the team is terrible, but the stadium is fantastic.
Yeah. License to Kill, Patrick said. I think that was the movie. But what you call it? Now, when I lived in Atlanta, after the Olympics, when the city gave the Braves the Olympic Stadium and they converted it into the new Turner Field. I mean, at the time, that was the latest and greatest up-to-date baseball park in the country. I mean, back in those, but I remember when it first opened, was it 96, 97 season? They had the old, that you could go in there in the batting cages, and they had, the way they had it set up was they had cameras and film and video and everything else that either you could pick your pitcher between Maddox, Glavine, or Schultz to pitch to you. You know, it was you would see them pitching, and of course the ball would shoot out of a hole where their hand was. You know, it was kind of cool at the time. It was really fascinating. You know, so plus they had all kinds. They had film. They had a movie studio in there, a museum. They had bands playing when you walked in. It was kind of cool. Plus they had air conditioning where you could sit and watch the game, which I thought was fantastic. Then also each one of the, I mean, maybe I had, every time I went, I was given the tickets, and they were, normally on the third baseline, and I sat up a little bit, and they were in this special, like a box. You know, maybe had 20 people could sit in there, and each one had drinks, food, and somebody there to open and close the door for you. It was great. I loved it. But oh hell, reminiscing about times, times gone by. I mean, that what was that? 20 years ago now? 20 longer than 20 years ago. Hell. Oh, we're gonna have to. Oh, let me do the answer to the quiz for last week while I'm thinking about it. And while I'm thinking about it, don't forget to email me your last name, Patrick, if I can get that box off to you. That's all right, Night Strike. No problem. Okay. The question was for the America Stand Your Ground hat plus one of the Spotted Rick new stickers. I finally got them out of the box up there. So, and that goes with it too. And it was to do with Stargate SG-1. I mean, it ran for 10 years. And it was from 97 to 2007. I didn't realize it was that long ago when people didn't know what I was talking about. You know.
Oh, I love that series.
You know.
I know everything there is to know about that series.
Okay. Now the first gun was the M16, and that was replaced by the MP5. But eventually, the last gun, which becomes synonymous with Stargate SG-1, was the FN P90.
I loved the P90.
That was the answer. And I only had 3 entries. You know, so the people who do these get better odds of winning. I'm telling you.
I didn't join because, well, you know, I try and keep my name off of the list.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got a memorandum picker, and let's do the drawing.
Now, if Patriot wins, I'm gonna say it's rigged.
No. Number one winner is Larry B.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Larry B's the winner. I don't know if he's in their chat right now.
Woohoo!
And I don't think I've ever. If anybody sees him, is that the name he goes under, or does he go under? You know, or does he have a YouTube name? I don't know.
That's probably one of Patriot's aliases.
No.
Yeah. But Larry B.
No,
whoever
I've
you are,
stop doing that because I don't want to win everything.
Yeah, Larry B. Whoever you are, you've won the hat. So email me your mailing address, and I will get it out to you. So there we go.
Well, good job.
Yep. And all right. I mean, I can actually this one. Yeah, that's that one. So, oh yeah, this is the one for Patrick up here, which I'm waiting for his name on. Now, these prizes here, you see them stacked here. That's from the beginning of the month. I now send them out once a month. It's easier for me to do it that way financially, you know. So that's why I do it that way. I just take them down to the post office. See the lady behind the counter. I noticed last time I was down there, she didn't have a ring on her finger. So I might have to, stay there a bit longer next time.
Good luck, Rick.
Yeah. Or maybe I should start posting them every weekly. That way I get to see her more, wouldn't I?
Yeah, well, there you go.
But there we go. Since I moved here into the back room, I don't see the blonde walking by anymore because I'm not looking out the front window. This bedroom's at the back.
Well, look at it this way: you also don't have to deal with shitty laws.
So there we go. So
you're in Freedomville.
Yes, you're right. And it does. And that's what I like. As I said, in the new year, I told people last week that I joined the conservation club. If I can go shooting now, I'm going to order I'm ordering some couple of steel targets, and I'm going to hang them off of shepherd's hooks. But I ordered shepherd hooks that got 3 legs, so when I push them in the ground, they'll be more steady. So if I can use up there, because they don't have targets up there, because it's only used. I found out the conservation club uses it twice a year for a turkey shoot, and I don't know how. I mean, being a member, I can go into the shoot, but and first prize is a side of beef, I believe. Then second prize is a quarter of beef. And it goes down like that. But so the other, it's used 4 times a year. They use it twice. Then the Snellville Fire Department holds 2 turkey shoots up there during the year too. So there's only 4 times this shooting range is used. I mean, other people go up there and shoot, but they said it's very rare they ever do it. So he said 90% of the time you'd be there by yourself. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I can handle that. And not only that, there's a private lake there, and he says it's full of bass. And here he said here in Indiana, to pull them out of the lake, they got to be. I think he said 12 inches. They got to be a foot long. He said, they're not that long. You got to throw them back in there. He goes, so there we go. I can see myself bass fishing. Go fishing for a little while, do some shooting, take a rest, go fishing some more. I can spend all day up there. That's what I plan on doing. Anybody else got any? Who did we lose again? We lost Squib. He must have found a deer. So. What I want to talk about, I was talking about mainly what I'm going to do in 2019, but I had to bring this up. I saw this just before we went live. Did anybody read that little article? I don't know what town it was, but it said a New York town has started a toy gun buyback for kids to turn in their toy guns that they got for Christmas, for they get a more suitable toy. Can you believe this shit? Excuse my language.
No, your language is aptly put, because
so they're getting paid for it, or they're getting traded for some.
They're getting traded for a cool toy for a worse toy.
Because and somebody said, he said you have problem. He says you scream and yell that there's a problem with, guns and stuff. Giving a kid a toy gun will teach them gun safety if the parents teach them right. He said you're actually making it worse, because if a child comes up against a real firearm, they're more apt to do something stupid with it. I understand where it's coming from. I think it's stupid. It's asinine.
It's absolutely stupid and asinine.
Well, the guy's stated goal is just indoctrination. He said he wants to start training kids now to not want to be around guns. So his goal isn't just keep kids from getting like toy guns, but they're trying to claim that a bunch of kids get shot because people think that the toy gun is real. That's one of their claims. And their other claim is that they want them to understand that guns are bad now, so when they get older, they won't get real guns. I mean, that's total indoctrination all the way. And the guy who started the whole thing is proud to admit it.
Oh, you read the article?
I saw a bunch of news stories about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, isn't that what they do? Isn't that what Hitler did to the youth and his youth movement?
Yeah, but didn't he also issue the youth MP44s?
Well, but what I'm saying is he indoctrinated them with the Nazi thinking.
I mean, didn't they also use the youth as a garrison or a brigade of recruits at the end of World War II because they didn't have anybody else that wanted to fight for the army?
I was watching a Nazi youth TV show before before Rick's show went live, and when you get in depth into what was going on in Nazi Germany at the time, not just the quick, world history class brush over for the test, the things that they were doing with the kids, and I mean, it's sickening how bad. There's basically colleges that they were sending these kids to, like 4-year programs, kind of like military schools, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
there's a lot of really, really disgusting stuff that they were doing with the kids in their minds.
Absolutely. I mean, the only I worked in Germany back in the '90s. When I was working for the government in the commissary on an army base, and we had this old German lady who worked there. I mean, because when you were over in Europe, you have to hire so many local nationals per, it's all to do with the NATO agreement. Anyway, we had this old lady there. She had, I mean, hell, back in the '90s, she was up there in her 60s and 70s when I was there back in the '90s, and she was a child when the war was on. And she said, and she admitted this. She said, the only good thing that came out of that for me, she said, really, she goes, was the German government made all schools teach English. She said, that's why I can speak good English, she goes, today, is because I learned it in school. She said, that's the only thing that she said that came good out of what they tried to teach us. She goes, well, which I thought was, there you go. But I mean, there had to, I mean, of course, to teach them English, there had to be a motive behind it for Hitler. You know what I'm saying? More likely he could infiltrate, European countries, United States with English speaking people.
Probably for diplomats, or as far as, if they took over an area which mostly spoke English, they needed somebody there in authority to give out orders in English.
The Third Reich had after a post-war plan. They didn't just start invading countries and see what's happened. They had a plan for colonizing, if you will, Britain, colonizing the United States. And it's going to be hard to control the masses in the United States when you can't speak English.
True. Oh, Stealth Hunter says that guy with the gun toy program, he's a former New York Police Department officer.
Yeah, if you web search toy gun buyback, there's plenty of articles out there for you to see.
Yeah, I said I just caught it a quick little paragraph I saw on some website that I was reading. So yeah. Oh, and Patrick says he uses his son's Nerf guns to teach him gun safety before he can handle a real gun, and that's what I was saying. To me, I thought it would be a good way.
You mean he shoots his guns at his kids? The Nerf guns, of course.
Well, there's definitely a parenting flaw. We talked about it a little bit earlier on Caliber Corner. If you live in a big city and you buy your kid a toy gun, you don't let that kid go outside and play with the toy gun in the street because something bad's going to happen. Somebody might mistake it for a real gun. Who knows what might happen? If you live out in the country, you send them out in the field and let them play with the toy gun.
Yep.
And if you, like Patrick was saying, you be a parent to your children and you don't have to worry about your children getting hurt for doing stupid things unless they just don't listen, because not every kid's going to listen. As good a parent as you are, there's always knuckleheads out there that are going to do what they want. But you can mitigate a whole lot of that stuff if you just parent your children.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, let's see who else has joined us. Oh, the Gun Snob has joined us. I think I sent you a link in email if you want to jump in. And anybody else that wants to jump in, just go over to Gun Channels, and the link there is on the thing. I'll post it there again just in case it's disappeared. There we go. If anybody else wants to jump in. So, yeah. When I was a kid, I mean, of course, I'm going back in the early 60s. I mean, we used to play with toy guns, cat guns, and all that kind of stuff. Didn't think nothing of it.
So Rick, you were that kid in the Christmas Story movie, weren't you?
Yes. My mother did tell me not to
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah, yeah. I remember we used to shoot them at BBs at each other. Didn't even think about the dangers of that.
Yeah.
I remember getting my butt whipped once because I was getting shot at, and I dove inside the kitchen, and I used the kitchen screen door as my protection. Of course, the BBs are going through the screen, so the screen must have had 24 little holes in it where the BBs where they were trying to shoot me, and I got my ass whipped for that. It's amazing how these little things stick in your mind. Oh yes, and actually, I was living in. Where was I when I done that? I was living in Missouri. I think I lived in, or was it Kansas? So I lived in both of them, but I can't remember which state I was in at the time. You know, I don't remember now. But that I think it was in Missouri. That was in Missouri because in Kansas, when I lived there, I remember we were near the military base, and we had to jump in the car and drive there as fast as my dad could drive there as fast as he could, because the tornado warning went off, and you could see it in the distance coming towards us. That's scary. But there we go. See, you guys got me. I mean, that's how old I am. But that was back in the 60s too. So.
Hey, you started all this, Rick, not us.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dating yourself.
I know.
And so we don't have to worry about carbon dating.
No, we don't. I am. I mean, when I listen to some of these guys here on these chats and stuff, I'm thinking, my God, I mean, I'm thinking how young they are. I was thinking about this. Even my son, who got married, when was it? It wasn't last year. Was it last year or the year before? I forgot now. But anyway, he's 36, 37 now. Hell, I was in the middle of my marriage was hitting the skids by then. He's only just getting married, So it's hell, I don't know. I've been to somebody asked. I don't know why they keep asking me this question. People, when they ask you, are you single, divorced, separated, or anything? I always put single. Then they said then they said you got any kids living at home? And you put no, or do you have any kids? I put yes. And they say, how can you be single if you got kids? I said, that's easy. Some people have kids and they don't get married. But I said, I've been divorced longer than I was married. So to me, I'm single.
If they don't accept that, that's their problem.
That's it. I'm single. I ain't divorced. I'm single.
Yeah, how long does that divorce stuff last anyways?
That's exactly it. I'm thinking, well, I started calling myself single the year after I was divorced longer than I was married.
See what happens is you the only thing you got to worry about is that you have one more bachelor party more than you've been married. So if you've been married once, you have 2 bachelor parties. If you've been married twice, you get 3, because you get one after you get divorced, and then you're single again. I think that's how it works.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't know if I ever get married again. Even if I do find the right one in my old age, you know what I'm saying?
Good luck, Rick.
I said I don't plan on getting married if I find one in my old age, So maybe I need to go on one of them adult sites and find somebody who's into older guys, Okay,
Wow.
I gotta say,
good luck.
This is meant to be a friendly chat, family-friendly chat. So we're back off track off of that one.
Yeah, we can say a lot of things in there, and Snob would be very angry if we did. But that also segues to, hey, has anybody seen 7 Wonders out there?
You know, I was just getting ready to say the same thing.
I haven't seen it. Why? What did I miss?
Snob was playing all cool, and then Seven Wonders just happened to disappear.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, wasn't he the one that hit on his daughter?
Yeah, 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah. So he's disappeared. He's disappeared.
Yeah. Though I heard he disappeared after he started calling Gun Snob Dad.
I don't know if Gun Snob's in the chat. So
Oh, I know he's in the chat. That's why we're saying this.
Yeah. So how is the new son-in-law, Gun Snob?
He dug a deep enough hole in that chat. By the end of the chat, he had almost found his way to China.
Yeah. I think he's ignoring us.
It could be worse. It could be night
How
strike.
so? What?
I said it could be worse. It could have been a night strike.
No, I don't hit on any woman younger than 18. So
There you go.
I stay legal, damn it.
Oh, Patrick says join farmersonly.com and get a picture of me in my bib overalls. You know?
There you go.
Oh yeah, I do. I've been wearing them this week when I've gone out. Right now I'm sitting. I got this shirt on and some shorts. That's what I wear around the house. But when I go out, I put my bib overalls on with my sort of like. Then I might have a shirt on like this or what's called. Then I'll put my bib overalls on. Then I'll put on my sort of like I call it my shooting jacket, but it's actually a fishing jacket with all the pockets. I put that on. Then I put on my thick flannel shirt jacket type thing with my baseball cap. I'm blending in with the crowd. You know, I'm becoming one of these country boys out here. Oh. All right. Who else? We lost Squib. Nobody else has joined us. That's fine. So, anybody else got anything else they want to talk about? You know,
about guns.
About guns or anything really.
Yeah.
You know. So, oh, I actually got all my paperwork. I got all my paperwork organized now to go get my tags. I got to go to the county courthouse and get them to give me some sort of stamp before I can go to the DMV. But they call it the BMV here instead of the department. It's the Bureau of Motor Vehicles here in Indiana. I got to go there and you ought to see my mugshot on my Indiana driving license. I don't know if you can see that picture.
Wow, Rick, that's not flattering.
No, it's not. It's not. So
you almost look like a real person there.
Yeah. Maybe take my glasses off and everything, you know. Yeah. So I got the license. So I got to get the tags for the truck. Then I've applied for my Indiana handicap card for I can park right out front of Walmart's. You know. So. No, I do need it because I said walking. I can walk. I mean, like I mentioned the other day in the chat, I can walk a lot better now. I don't need to. I mean, I take the cane with me more. I think it's more of a security blanket than anything. But if I walk too far, my back will start hurting really bad, and I have to keep stopping and resting. You know, before I can move on. But
cut back on those steaks.
You know, that's why I use the cane. If I have the cane, I can keep on going. But like when I go to Walmart, I mean, I don't use. I mean, like my electric scooter I got. I still have it. I got it sitting out. Actually, it's I got it under a real heavy duty cover outside. Right. I got nowhere to store it. but I can't. It's on a trickle charge. I used it the other day to go down to the mailbox to see if it still worked. Oh yeah, it works fine. But I don't use. I haven't. I took my, what do you call it, carriage thing off the back that goes into the
Truck.
what?
The hitch.
Hitch. Yeah, I took that off, and I just haven't put it back on to use mine. So I used the Walmart.
Those Walmart ones suck.
Oh, they do. I'm thinking about putting my thing back on the hitch because mine. The only bad thing about mine, I don't have a basket on it. I have a little tiny girly basket on it.
I only say the Walmart ones suck is because I've had to work for Walmart at one point in my life, and those things don't charge worth a damn.
No, but
even when you plug them in overnight.
I tell you, you're right. They don't go. I mean, you're right. But I give credit to this Walmart here that I go to. They have them and they keep them, and I've only ever had to wait once to get one, and that was about 3 days before Christmas, which is understandable. But normally they have them there available, no problem. But I noticed one thing: the shopping basket here in Indiana is smaller than the shopping basket in Rhode Island and it's the same looking cart. Because how I know this is I used to be able to stick my cane in straight down, and it would lean up, and the handle would be right there. I can't do that on these ones. It sticks out too far. That's how I know.
That's crazy. Around here, they always make bigger baskets so that it makes you feel like you haven't bought it enough, so you got to get more food.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think most of the baskets are enormous.
Yeah. Now with my electric scooter, I did get towed off. Yeah, I did. I got yelled at when I was riding my one around Walmart because they yelled at me and told me to slow down. I was going too fast because that scooter of mine kicks ass. I tell you, speed wise.
Well, if it was me, I would ignore him.
I did. I slowed down until I got around the corner and sped back up again.
That's what I do.
Yeah. But I said the only bad thing about mine is it only has that girly basket on it.
Oh, you got that.
So what I normally do is I'll carry the hand baskets Walmart has. So I'll use that little basket and that. See, don't forget, I also, because I only lived 3 miles from Walmart where I was before. So I used to go to Walmart nearly every day. So, I'd done my shopping that way. But being further away here, I don't go as often. So.
Do you ever drag a cart?
Do what?
Do you ever drag a cart behind you?
No.
Just get a couple of little bungee cords and hook them to the back of the cart and just make a... I guess you can't really pull it.
You can buy one to hook on to my scooter, a basket to go back there.
Yeah.
But who wants? But how do you put groceries in a basket that's behind you?
Just throw it up in the air and drive fast.
Yeah.
Just don't do the eggs.
That's the only bad thing about it is it needs a basket on the front, not on the back. But as I said, anyway, most places I'll walk now, except for big stores. Now, I haven't been in the Rural King only once. I walked in there down to the gun counter. I had to look around real quick. But by the time I got in there and got down to the gun counter, my back was hurting so bad. All I wanted to do was get out and get back in the truck to take the pressure off of it. But I didn't even look to see if they had carts in Rural King. I don't know if they do or not. So I might have to take mine if I go. So, but I don't want to become dependent on the damn thing.
Well, Rick, and I'm fat too, so I could probably use some of my own advice. What I'm going to say, if you don't want to be dependent on it, you got to do what I got to do and lose some weight so that your knee and your back can support your body.
Didn't you hear the conversation at the beginning of the show?
No, because I'm a fat bastard.
I said from this time last year, I've lost 50 pounds because I got weighed at the doctor's.
Well,
I lost 50 pounds in a year. Some people might say, "Is that all?" But you know, I wish it was more. But you know, the doctor says I'm doing it the right way.
I'm gonna have to lose 150. So,
well, yes, so am I. I gotta lose. I need to lose another 50 at least to get to where I was before I became so disabled.
Right.
I got a question for you.
That's my goal, is to get there. That's my first goal, is to get there.
Okay.
And once I get there, lose even more. You know?
Okay, I got a question for you guys. So when you go to your doctor and you stand on the scale and say you have your cane, do you ever mess with them? Where you push down on your cane really hard so that you're like, 50 pounds lighter, and then they check it, and then you kind of grab the trim and kind of pull yourself down to make you heavier? I do that a lot. So between 2 times, it'll be like, 150 pounds difference, And then, but it's within 5 minutes, so it's pretty scary for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Midnight was sending you a couple messages, Rick.
Uh-oh.
He said something about Midnight said something earlier about a thumbnail that he sent you, and now he's talking about a Christmas card.
Yes. Where is it now? What do you do? What do I do with it?
Rich White is saying, "That night strike, fat bastards don't send Christmas cards." Yes, we do. And I did. People have started getting Christmas cards. I've gotten like 2 or 3 emails and texts today saying they got a Christmas card from me. So if I had your address, I sent you a Christmas card this year. Yeah, it didn't get there on Christmas, but hey, I did what I could do.
Oh, son of a gun! Hang on, talk amongst yourselves. I got myself a little messed up here. Hold on.
Gary, I sent one to you.
Yeah, that's all right, Gary. I didn't get one either.
I don't have your address.
It's probably sitting next to that blind challenge video he did.
I didn't do one. That's the point.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I deserve it.
I'm still waiting for Matt's video to come out. Oh, never enough ammo. He said to send him little videos telling him, his little
the go F yourself stuff.
Yeah, those. And I made it, but I guess a minute one was probably too long for him. So.
Okay, now let me see if this will work. Now, why didn't?
It's probably a virus that he sent you, so I wouldn't open it if I was you.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I don't know how to share goddamn things on here.
Okay, it's a big green button on the left.
I know. I press that, right?
You press that, and you select application window.
Yes, but it's not showing it. It's only see, I pull these 3 screens down off the main thing and put them, it's only showing these 3 screens that I have up here, which is the 2 chats and the Hangout. Doesn't show anything else. But if I click back onto my thing here where I have 11 windows open, it doesn't show any of those. So I don't know what in the hell I do.
Well, in the spirit of the blind challenge, you can just describe it to us.
I could. And actually, it's quite funny. What I was going to do was use it as my avatar when I download this. When I download this video onto my video list on YouTube, I was going to use it. basically what it is, he sent me a picture of a fat cat, right, with a mustache. Because I got a big fat cat that looks just like him, but he put a mustache. He took, I don't know if it's real or not, but he's got a mustache on it. I think he said it looked like me, you know, fat with a mustache.
Yeah, I seen it on Instagram, but he didn't describe it very well.
Oh, he emailed it to you, David. He said.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah. So, so anyway, why it's 4 o'clock here. Let's do the quiz for this coming week. Now, this is a tough one. All right, where's my question? All right.
How tough is it?
What?
It's pretty tough.
It's pretty tough. In the movie Predator 2, at the end of the movie, the character Mike Harrigan, played by Danny Glover, is standing there, and he's surrounded by all the predators come in, that semicircle around him. And at the very end, one of the predators, those creatures, throw a gun on the floor towards him. I want to know what gun that was, what make, what it had written on it, what the gun was meant to be, and actually the prop gun was slightly different. If you want to name, I will let you get away with either one, what the gun was meant to be or what the prop gun was. But I want to know what was written on it. And the reason it was done, just to fill you in, they were going to make a Predator 3. In the comic books, they did. And the gun lines up with if you've ever read the comics, you understand why he done that at the end, threw the gun to him. It all links together in the comic books. So you guys got that? Did that make sense? Did I make sense of it, Patriot?
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect sense.
Okay. So email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com.
I mean, the scene was wonderful.
Got to lunchtime next Saturday. And no Gizzard Gary. It wasn't a SIG that went off when it hit the floor. No, and 42 wasn't written on it. Midnight. That's Midnight's standard answer. 42. No matter what the question is. So there we go. So that is the question. So do you want me to repeat it again? I want to know what weapon that was thrown to Danny Glover at the end of Predator 2. Make and model and what was written on it. Now, what it was meant to be, and I think the prop gun was slightly different from the information I found. So you could either give me either one, but I want to know what was written on it. Oh,
Well,
Gary
that's a good
says
question.
It said, "Thou shalt not be infringed." So,
you can't forget that scene. That was one of the best scenes, after he
and it
finally
all
beat the Predator.
I was given the question, but I had to look up the answer. The person who supplied it didn't have the answer, but I found it. I found it on Google. So, if I can find it, anybody can find it.
Yep, I've got the answer. I will sell the answer if anybody wants to buy it from me.
So they email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. So there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Do we got any more, or are we going to roll it up early today? I think we can roll it up early because we don't have Mr. Talkative Tony on here this afternoon. You notice that?
Funny.
Tony will keep us going for another hour at least. you know. And it's people are doing stuff and everything else. It's the last show of the year, and I'm just fumbling through because I didn't put a lot of stuff down. Actually, what I've been working on, I thought, I don't know if anybody saw my past Wednesday show. It was actually Shooting with Disabilities, the actual subtitle, and that's what we talked about the whole show basically. And I thought it was a really good show. And what I've been doing most of the week is working on topics for that. This next one on it'll be on Wednesday. I'll be the second one, won't it? So that's when we'll be back. So I want to say thank you to everybody, and we'll just go through my little panel here for shout outs and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll start with David.
Here I come. Yeah, no, you can check out my channel if you want to, but like, share, and subscribe. Rickslifeasiseeit, and don't forget to tune in Wednesdays at 7
All
Eastern.
Right, thank you very much. Night Strike.
Check out GunTube when I get it back online.
Oh, is it offline right now?
Oh. I'm working on it.
Okay. And Hit or Miss Tuesdays 9 o'clock.
Tuesday nights 9 o'clock and the Friday night strike whenever I decide to do it.
Yeah, and Tuesday night 9 o'clock started at 10:30.
No, Tuesday nights.
I listen to the, I listen to it afterwards. I listen to it in the morning actually.
It's Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern.
Yes. Yeah, that's the right time, not the slow time that everybody thinks is so great.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Patriot, any shout outs, plugs, or anything?
Oh, I don't know. Everybody probably should know me. I've been around a while. If you want to watch Friday Night Strikes, you might have to do it at like 4 p.m. because he did a little early last Friday. But
I do them on usually at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Eastern.
Oh, okay. Well, today, if you did not know, today is the 5th day of Christmas, and that is 5 golden toofs. If you watch the McKenzie brothers, or golden rings, I guess. But so just enjoy yourself. Last one of the year. That's pretty nice. Great show. Check out the gun channels, and I don't know. Check me out. I'm all over the place.
Yes. Okay. And I want to say
thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
No problem. I want to say thank you to Gary on Gun Channels, Gizzard Gary, Patrick, David Boland, Rich White, Ohio 45 ACP. And on YouTube, we have Midnight Range, Gizzard Gary again. Oh, Patriot in the Dark's even talking over there. And who else did we have? We had Southpaw RX and Stealth Hunter. And who else did we have? Rich White is over there too. Night Strike's over there as well. We had other people in the Gun Snob, and I'm scrolling. I don't know why I do this. Guitar Man Pete. I know there was other people in here, but I ain't going all the way back to the top. There's an easier way of doing this, isn't there?
Actually, he's no longer known as the Gun Snob. He's now known as the High Point Snob.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. But I want to say thank you to everybody who was listening to me on this Saturday afternoon. And enjoy, if I don't see any of you, enjoy your new year. And I will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. So
be safe.
Yeah, and be safe and have a good New Year's. See you later.
Happy New Year's.